Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I've allowed this to completely dry and I was looking at it before I turned the camera on because there are some things I have to kind of resolve. One of the things is I don't know what to do with the background. I don't want to cover too much of it up. But by the same token, if I incorporate it into the hair, I don't really have an idea of how I'm going to do that, because what I'm going for is, so in my last video, I was looking for this pad over here. So this is my 100-day project. It's one of my pads that I'm using. But as you can see, like this is a different kind of approach than, say, a very whimsical approach like, let me move this off to the side here. So do you see how, like, when I'm kind of working like this, it's, you know, it's just got a different kind of a feel to it. It's got more of a fantasy, like vibe to it than when I'm working like in these 100-day project portraits over here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of take this approach and kind of put it on a very whimsical, playful kind of a spread like this and just see what happens. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the hair, so I'm just gonna keep on asking myself the question. Like, I may not figure it out in this video or maybe in the next video, but if I keep on asking myself the question, I'm trusting that the answer will come to me. Now, another thing is I did want to keep this pattern over here. And so I thought, oh, maybe I could like make it into a sweater or something. So that is another thing that I'm kind of like keeping an eye out for, in the sense that I don't want this to determine too much of what goes on in my portrait. So what I mean by that is I don't want to, like, like a long time ago I took a class and the teacher said, you know, everything has to be sacrificed for the end image. And what she meant by that, because she went into a great deal explaining you know, the whole thought process behind it, is that you might have parts of the painting that you really, really, really love. Or you might start off doing a painting with a very clear understanding of, you know, I want the painting to be A, B, C, and D. But as you go along, the painting will have its own kind of mind approach. The painting wants to go a certain way. Sometimes those two things converge into one, but sometimes they, you know, go separate ways. And you should always give up, you should sacrifice everything for the way the painting wants to go, for the end image. That's what she means by that. So I want to keep this, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of start working on the like the portrait like I would if I was working on my pad, like the one I just showed you. So I'm not gonna have like a whimsical kind of a feel to it. Well, I mean, there's gonna be parts of it that are gonna be kind of whimsical because the whole spread is whimsical, but I'm gonna approach it just as I would as if I was working on my pad. So this is gonna be the eyes, and let me see here. So that's gonna kind of be the hair right there, and so this is like very interesting, you guys, to me, because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. I have no idea like how I'm gonna kind of meld these two ways of working together. But it's interesting. And, you know, let's just see what happens here. So that's like another way we can stretch ourselves, where we take two things that seem like they're so far apart. Like, you know, when I'm working in a book like this, where I'm incorporating the images that are on the page into my art, I'm just going for a very fantastical approach, because those are generally the kind of books I pick anyways, like Connie Solera's Painting the Feminine book, or the Van Gogh book, or this book, or I have a Madame Butterfly book. Like all the books I pick, they have this very kind of like playful, whimsical, anything is possible kind of vibe. So that really kind of sets the tone. But now I am kind of, taking my 100-day project, which, is kind of more serious. Like, there's not a lot of color. There's more the emphasis on values. And then I'm combining those two things. Well, you can do that with other things too. So you can take two things that seem like they're kind of opposite a little bit, or, opposed to each other, and then you can combine them. And that's a really great way to learn as well. And just push yourself, challenge yourself. Yeah, there's just endless ways of stretching ourselves. So let me see here what I want to do, what I want to keep. This is going to be the challenge, you guys. I can already kind of feel it. It's like, what do I want to keep? What do I want to cover up? Okay. Now I'm gonna, okay, so for my palette, I'm gonna kind of stick to the colors I'm kind of using here, which is very like, earth tones, limited palette, like not introducing a lot of colors. I mean, I do have colors in here. I mean, I do. Like, I did my dots where, I put pinks and, like, see over here, I'm kind of using purple. I'm using this violet. And, so it's not like I'm not using color, but I'm not using, like, all these, fantastical colors. Like, like if I was going to be working solely on this kind of approach with the page. Like, her head is upside down. She's walking a goat like she would a dog. The cloud is delivering a letter. I mean, there's lots of like really interesting, cool stuff going on that are very fantastical. So I am not using this as my kind of guide here, like the page. So this makes it a little difficult, you guys, honestly. But anyways, let me just get my... So you guys, when I talk out loud, I'm explaining my thought process because I'm hoping like it's going to be helpful in the sense of, when we are painting, we are having to make a lot of decisions. I took a class a long time ago where my teacher, she basically said that painting is just a series of decisions, like one after the other. Like, you're just making a decision. Oh, you're making a decision. Oh, you put this line down. Well, it changes everything. Okay, you're making another decision. Like, that's basically what painting is. And at the time, I didn't understand it because this was a long time ago. But now I totally get it. So we have to make a lot of decisions. And when I talk out loud, I'm like hoping that, it's going to be like explaining my thought processes, like why I'm doing something, what my reasoning is behind it. Maybe sometimes there isn't a reasoning, it's just a feeling. But just to know that, like, when you're painting, like, yeah, it's totally okay to, like, ask yourself questions, walk yourself through things, change your mind, and to, like, it is a lot of decision making, really. And so honestly, you guys, I'm really kind of digging it. Like, I know it's really in its beginning stages, but it's quite interesting to me. Now, the thing that is frustrating me is the hair. This is like a big problem here. And I did think about putting another face here, but I don't know if I want to do that. So what I'm going to do when I don't know what to do, I just ask myself the question and then I just work on something else in the hopes that it's going to, you know, at some point, I guess, hopefully it's gonna come to me what to do. So I'm gonna put some blue here. Start building up the eyes a little bit. And what I want to do is like have a sense of, you know, I want her to be, like, I want her to be emotive. That's what I'm going for. And whether that emotion comes from the stuff I do or the stuff I use on the page, that's, I'm going to use that as my kind of anchoring point, like my North Star. So when I get off that, you know, trajectory, then I'm like, hey, let me pull myself back in. I think that's a good way to approach this, is to have like a kind of guiding principle here. So I want her to be emotive, and whether that emotion is, you know, is the pattern, like this playful pattern here, or whether it's something I do, it doesn't matter. But I want her to just have like personality and a story and emotion, you know, that's what I'm going for. So I think that's a good way to kind of approach this. That way I don't get too kind of muddled up. I just have one North Star that I'm working towards. I think that's a good idea. So that's what I'm gonna do. And okay, let's kind of like work on her hair a little bit here, and this way I can kind of cover up some of the background here. Oh, you know what, I've been working with purple, you guys. Like, it's this cheap paint, I don't know where it is, but it's like oh, here it is. It's Royal Violet, and I'm really actually loving it for shadows and for hair, like the shadows in hair. So I think I'm going to keep this purple here. This is all like a lavender. It's lighter than the purple I'm using, but then there are darker purples here. So I think I'm going to keep it in the hair here. And well, I am quite pleased with where this is heading. I'm going to try to cover up some of that figure and then keep the blue, you know, keep the blue for the shadows, but like cover up the face so that it's not like so distracting. Okay, you guys, I'm kind of like digging this now. I was a little bit, you know, concerned about the hair in my last video, but I think I'm really kind of like, I'm curious, and that's a really good place to be, you guys. Like, I'm not putting stress on myself to create a certain kind of a look, or, you know, whatever. I have a few guiding like North Stars. Like, I want her to be emotive, I want her to be expressive. That's my North Star, but I'm also like really curious, and that's a good place to be. Like, if I don't know what the heck to do, it's just like, you know what, just be curious, be open to the possibility of just learning and seeing what comes out of it. That's always a really good place to be. So let's just see here, just kind of putting some color down. Okay, now I don't know if I want to keep this whole thing as like a sweater or something. And I don't know about the hair still. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna maybe journal about it. That's a good thing to do when I don't know what on earth, you know, I should do. So I think what I'm gonna do is just write about it, see where it wants to go, and I'm just gonna kind of just put a little bit more of this on the hair here. Okay, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. And I hope that this has been inspiring for you to work in this way as well, like combine two different, things. So this spread is really whimsical. And then I'm kind of, you know, painting my 100-day portrait, my 100-day project mixed media portrait, where it's more like, a subdued palette. So I'm putting those two things together and I'm joining it with, hey, I want this portrait to be really expressive, emotive, etc. And we'll just see what happens. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.